Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis and today's Master Lost Sector Guide, so 1340 difficulty. Damn, really? What are you trying to do to me? Where did that guy even come from? Well, that's fun. Drive-by fruiting, if anybody's seen Mrs. Doubtfire. Anyway, today's Master Lost Sector is Veles Labyrinth. We're going to be against Hives, Barrier, and Unstoppable. Hive modifier, Fire Pit, basically Acolytes die, they leave fire at their feet. Destination modifier, solar environmental damage is taken, basically amplifies that fire pit. You've got master modifier is chaff, so radar not being there, not as much of an issue, thank goodness. But the burn is arc, and both the boss is arc, but we can get a little bonus from that as well. So, if you come inside, I'm going to go anti-barrier, scout. And the reason I'm going to use a solar scout, it's actually from this season, is because you have two wizards you need to take care of. So you need to have solar on you in some fashion. The wizard, there's one that you have to clear to get the boss to spawn. If you can nuke the boss, you don't have to worry about the other one. If the boss is a slower fashion, kind of the way I'm probably going to end up doing it with this loadout, you will have a wizard that comes up later on. So if you do need to keep that wizard at bay, having a solar scout rifle kind of works pretty well here. If you would rather use empty vessel, go for a solar grenade launcher and then throw a scout rifle up here. Also an option. I'm just trying to do this in a different fashion than I normally do. The burn is arc. So my suggestion, make your subclass arc. If you got a super you want to use, go with that. Double grenades, whatever works. If you've got exotics, you guys notice I'm not using exotics, but that doesn't mean I say don't use them. I just don't use them so you don't have to depend on them. But Curious of the Falling Star, Geomag Stabilizers, you've got some options in the arc supers to do a lot of damage. Big thing is make sure your heavy is arc. Swords are probably going to be unlikely for the boss because he's probably going to stomp on you. For the champions, they're probably not too bad because you can stun him and go up and probably work him with a sword. Probably not the best, though. I'm going to do this with a grenade launcher this time. I put some work in with a linear fusion before because if you can get some crits, that does pump out a lot of damage. Arc rocket launcher. I can't even talk. Arc rocket launcher is also not going to be a bad idea, but I'm just going to go with a grenade launcher. Whatever you do is if it's not exotic, put a major spec mod on anything that you're using. Like this even, for example, I just got it, but make sure major spec is on here. It's more damage to the champions, which is good. Same thing here. Any weapon that you got, throw major spec on there, you're going to be better off. For mods, of course, scavenger, reserves, and grenade launcher, ammo finder. It works because I'm actually running two grenade launchers, so, you know, I get the double bonus of that one. Whatever chest you're running, throw a resistance on there. It doesn't take much in the scheme of energy, but it is very beneficial. And you could do benefits from solar on this one. You could get some benefits from arc on this one. Probably a little less from void, but still doesn't ever hurt. And then I'm using breach and clear because I'm using grenade launchers. If for some reason you're not using a grenade launcher, don't use breach and clear. Use something like Sundering Blast if you want, you know, if you're using something with Dragonfly, Chain Reaction, Firefly, and you want to explode stuff that way, go for it. But it's likely you're probably using a grenade launcher. I don't see a whole lot of people using sidearms when it comes to Unstoppables. So, I mean, that's the general idea of the loadout. You've got other stuff that you guys can throw on there. As I said, you know, Curious of the Falling Star for Titans. Just absolutely delete the boss. Warlocks, you've got Geomag Stabilizers for the feet. Hunters, if there's things you want to do for Arc, you could do Shinobu's Vow, have more skips. You could go Raid and Flux and just melt everything. Lucky Raspberry, Arc Bolt Grenades going like crazy. You got some options for Arc damage. It's really up to you. If you still just want to go Golden Gun and delete something, that's fine. For weapons, likely your heavy weapons where you're going to be putting the arc weapon. Thunderlord, Anarchy's always an easy one to use if you've got it. Prospector, probably not horrible for a grenade launcher. So you got some options. None are required. You can do this whole thing with legendaries and no exotics, and I'm going to show you how. So let's jump in. Here we go. All right, so when you start, you've got the tunnels as usual. If you haven't done this one before, well, welcome to Master. But as you run through, just keep running. You can skip this part pretty easily. Just hug the right side of the wall. A couple guys will try and swipe. It's not the end of the world. Just keep running. When you get to the big long, and always take a right. Any fork in the road, always hug the right wall. You'll be fine. When you get to this long tunnel, this is where the chaos begins. Now, whether you've got a grenade that works like mine or basically anything else, you're going to have some ads that start coming down the tunnel. If you can get a grenade to like kind of start keeping things at bay here a little bit, might work a little bit better. If the champion walks straight into your face, I'm going to leave this in here just for entertainment value for you guys. But if the champion walks in, sometimes he will charge down the alley quick. Be ready for him, because as soon as you can, you're going to want to start trying to watch for the curse thralls, which get interesting, but then also watching for that champion. And it's your first barrier champion, so you got to have your scout rifle ready. I'm pretty liberal with my grenade launcher just because I know I'm going to have a good amount of ammo for it generally. It hurts still. Now, if you do enough damage that he pops his barrier, this is what you want. You want him to have his barrier shield up, and then you want to be able to continue to do damage. So all you need to do is stay far enough out of the tunnel. He doesn't have a great angle at you, and then just keep plinking him with damage. And then when he pops his shield, then make sure you're breaking that barrier shield. Now, if you can get him dunked and you want to just go big, go heavy ammo, especially with breach and clear, and you can probably finish him off like that. It depends on what you're comfortable with, but you can put a lot of work in with just the scout rifle if you can get him at a decent angle. Sometimes it's not working so great. You might have to get a little bit more aggressive with the heavy. Cursed Thralls will still blow you up. It's not a flawless run, as you guys can tell, but I'll try and show you what most of a flawless would look like. Keep working your way down. And again, have fun with whatever weapons you're using. Blow some stuff up. Punch some things. Do what you got to do. Outside, we are going to have an unstoppable champion, so make sure once you get him in sight that you can switch. I would actually try and kill the acolytes first. Once you stun him, you can work him down slowly. And then basically the big thing about an unstoppable, all you need to do is be out of his line of sight when he... Hi, how you doing? When he wakes up. So if you're out of line of sight, I'll show you what I mean. Switch, stun. Now, if I hit him one more time, say for example, and then I get out of line of sight, when he comes out of his unstoppable stun, he has no clue where I am. And he just kind of moseys around, does his thing. And he's a little easier to manage. And you can stun him. And if you want to go for heavy ammo, you can. But as I've got a ton of this ammo to work with, makes my life a little easier. I want to wait a second so I can get the unstoppable charge up. He's angry right now. But again, same thing here. Get that unstoppable stun. Get the work on him. I'm just going to kill that acolyte right there and hope for some ammo. Wait a couple seconds. And again, this is a slow method. I could dump heavy, but I'm trying to conserve heavy for the boss so I can kill him a little quicker. That's just a whiff. And one more. And this is the perk of Scavenger and Ammo Finder. I just got almost all of those grenades back. Now, you'll typically have some acolytes down below, but like normally they're sitting down here on this platform, but they seem to have crossed over and wanted to meet me with the unstoppable. So, if that's the case, you'll always have these couple guys up here. They may die, they may not, but up top, you have a barrier champion. So the goal is to get from there to this platform so you're underneath as quick as possible. Now, at some point, there are going to be some thrall running across. Be aware, it's going to be coming pretty quick. So you just want to be ready with your grenade. Make sure things are ready. All I'm going to do is try and start the process of breaking this guy down. Hit him once, stab him a couple times, and he's going to start popping his shield. Now, to be ready for the thrall coming across, and as I do have heavy ammo coming over here, I can go for the gold medal, finish him up. There's my thrall. Throw a grenade, they'll be good. I'm going to go pick up my ammo, and they're down. If you don't have a grenade, just be aware. Once you kind of cross up to probably past about here, as soon as you get up to the stairs, they always start coming. They're coming from all the way over here, run over here, and then they land. But if you can kill them on the platform, it works a little easier. Now, don't forget, I got heavy ammo sitting over here. If for some reason I'm running low coming up, I'm just going to jump back over there and grab it. So don't forget, you can always go back for ammo. Sorry, hit my mouse while I was talking. Next, you got an unstoppable in here. So quick switch, tag him. This is one if you want to kill him quick. You can. Goes fairly quick. And now would be a good time for me to go grab that ammo. Because then up ahead, you're probably going to want to not do this jump too frequently. Because it's a bit of a backtrack. If I does them right there, restock that ammo, sure, I'll take it. Next thing we got is a wizard hanging out right here. Got to kill this wizard to be able to actually get to the boss. And not get to the boss, but get the boss to actually show. Grenade launchers on that guy's going to be a little harder. I typically won't waste my heavy there. But if I can slowly work him down with whatever I've got. There you go. Nice direct hit. Couple scout rifle shots. This is why you want something solar. This guy, and then the other wizard or gal. I think wizards are technically female. Somebody in the lore probably can correct me. But again, if you can just annoy this wizard till it dies, gives you a chance. If your super's not up, I'm not going to use my super. Thunder Crash, great one to use on the boss once you get it decently low on health. Even better with Curious of the Falling Star. But if you don't have a super, you can still do this thing. If you feel like using your super on a couple of the champions, do it. Use whatever you feel comfortable with. I'm going to show you don't need a super or an exotic to do any of this. Come on, wizard. There you are. Now I want to go finish it just to get this over with. There we go. And back up. Now you're going to get 2 unstoppable champions and the boss to spawn. The unstoppables will come around this corner. The boss will not. So best thing I can say is try and bring some things your way. Depending on who wants to play, just always be ready for the unstoppable as they march over. You have no radar, so you gotta wait for their little crazy heads to pop around. Got one and not the other. He is so close to dead. I could probably finish him. I just don't have the option right now. Stunned him. And again, you can backtrack. It actually works rather well. One more. Get him stunned. Switch over. Thanks to Breach and Clear, it actually reloaded my grenade launcher for me. That's not good. And occasionally you'll die if you jump in the air. Basically, being airborne in a lost sector is a good way to die, so be careful about that. What's up, dude? Clear. Oh, for his head, too. Made him angry. Not good. But again, once you get him stunned like that, you can kill him with that grenade launcher. That's why grenade launchers are fun. They actually put out a decent chunk of damage. And our boss man is out there somewhere. Oh, he's roamed to the other side. Well, would you look at that? We got some heavy. So nice of him. Now, this is another reason to go arc, because your grenade is actually going to do a decent amount of damage. Then if you throw a Breach and Clear on him, your grenade's going to hit even harder. And you can put a chunk of damage. The boss in and of himself is not that difficult. It's really just the champions. These guys that are going to try and throw fire at your feet. Now, if I had a super right now, I'd probably finish him up, which I do, but I'm not using the super. You still see how fast he is dying? Now, he's standing relatively still. He's making this somewhat easy on me. But if you get up here and he gets all shifty and everything, just, you know, Breach and Clear, try and get a direct hit on him. I don't even have spike grenades on this one. Biggest thing to watch for is those guys over there. Now, his health is low enough, there's probably a wizard going to float over there at some point. So notice that Acolyte with the orange bar of health. He's the one who's going to hurt the most. The Revenant Acolytes, those guys are the ones shooting the solar shots, launching grenades, making life a bit more tough. Come on. I mean, I can just delete some guys with this thing. It's pretty powerful. As I've got the ammo. Come here. There you are. Hi. Bye. There you go. There's probably a wizard floating around, so you might want to get to this next part a little quicker up here. Once you got the code, no more champions. Open up and see if you get anything. I got a Phoenix Cradle on the last one. A Phoenix Cradle? Whatever the Phoenix boots are for the Titan. So I did get one last time. That is the platinum rewards. Let's get back to the surface. So that wraps up Veles Labyrinth. Biggest thing is that tunnel section. With the barrier champion, it gets to be a little hectic. It's worth dumping your heavy there and going slower on some of the other champions, because getting out of that tunnel can be a little crazy with the barrier. Once the barrier's down that's in that tunnel, everything gets to be a little more manageable. You can manage the unstoppable outside, the barrier up on top of the catwalk, jump across the first unstoppable, not too bad. And again, retreat back as far as you ever need to reset the enemies, and then head back up. Biggest thing, I did that in about, 8-ish minutes, 9, something like that. I still had 6 to go. If you run over on time, obviously be more cautious with, how out of position you can be. But, barrier, scout rifle, solar works, so you can take out the wizard comfortably. Unstoppable, grenade launchers are working pretty well. And then Breach and Clear for that damage this season, you may as well use grenade launchers hitting like that, because next season grenade launchers are going to be probably a lot less fun, I haven't imagined. So anyway, that's all I got for this one. If you did enjoy the video, drop a like below. Leave a comment if you've got a loadout, exotic, class, anything that works for you. Comment below with those. Share those with everybody else. If you guys are new to the channel and you like the content, want to see more of it, hit that subscribe button. And then if you'll turn that alert bell to all, you'll actually see more of my videos make it into your feed. If you guys want to find me on Twitter, it's at Ebontis, and twitch.tv/Ebontis is where I stream. Sometimes it's Destiny, sometimes it's a bunch of other stuff. So thank you guys. Have a good one, and good luck.